Well, it's a great pleasure to have in the studio today Simone. She is the Managing Director and she's here to tell us a little bit about her experience on Quantum of the Seas, and she visited China. I'm so jealous. Simone, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Let's get the white elephant out of the room straight away, and the fact that I for years have been calling you Simone rather than Simone. So I'm going to apologise on camera publicly to everyone. It's Simone, and if you ever meet the lovely Simone in public,
it's Simone.
That's how we say the name.
Yeah, I answer to both though.
Now, you recently took a wonderful trip out to China, out to East Asia, as we call it, on Quantum of the Seas. How was it?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be invited by Royal Caribbean to go on Quantum of the Seas for a five-night trip, and then we had a couple of nights each side in Beijing and Shanghai. And it was really because the ship was in the UK and it was very popular, and then it moved out to for the Chinese market.
And you visited it when it was in the UK as well, didn't
you?
He
did an overnight in Southampton, so I was on overnight, and then I was on the sister ship Anthem, which is the UK season, so they're both very similar ships. So yeah, they've done quite a lot of work on board to change it. One example being the signage. There was Chinese sort of translation of everything on board, and the on-board offering had changed considerably.
So was it in Chinese and English?
It's in Chinese and English, and then they had the entertainment director, which I know you used to do as a sort of job, they had two, so there was a Chinese and English sort of person on board, so everything was in dual languages. And a lot of the shows were either in English, although, I mean, I think a lot of the shows are quite visual anyway, or musical, so that's more.
So it had a Chinese
visual
angle to it, did it? Or was it just.
It was more visual. I guess I tried not to do things where you haven't exactly said, so people have to sit and listen to it half English, half Chinese. So it's quite visual, quite colourful.
More adage and magic and dance.
Yeah, there was in the nightclub, which I frequented once or twice. They had a silent disco where you put the headphones on, and there's two channels, and so you can choose between, I don't know, pop music and 60s music or something like that. And then so if you're in the bar bit, you can't hear anything, but everyone's got their headphones on. And so we went to try this, and once you've got your headphones on, it feels quite normal, apart from everyone's dancing slightly differently.
I was going to say that, is everyone not dancing to a different beat?
Yeah, well, we sort of had a signal whether we were listening to number 1 or 2, but when we looked round, there was about 40 people, and because people like doing group activities, and there was no one leading it, everyone was just copying what we were doing. So that was quite strange. So we found in the nightclub, if we sort of did a move, you'd look and there'd be 40 people
imitating that,
doing the same thing. I mean, everyone was very friendly, and there was nobody pushing, none of that I thought would happen. But I found that if I interacted with anybody, there's a lot of people on board who'd never seen anyone Western before, or I mean, obviously if you're from the cities or something, but a lot of people weren't. So you'd look, and if I interacted, there might be 20 people at one point wanted to take a photo or selfies with me and other members of the group. It was quite strange because we just stood out.
So in a sense, you've gone all this way thinking, it's going to be a new experience for you, and yet you were also a new experience for local people that were travelling around their own country, per se.
Yeah, I mean, we were at the Forbidden Palace in Beijing, and we're having a picture, and next minute I've got a picture of sort of me and Ben from Royal Caribbean there, and next minute there's me and Ben and 20 other people who sort of come in and want a picture. Nice. And you'll be there for 10 minutes as every member of that group wants a picture or wants a picture with you. I think they took, someone got the official ship's photographer to do pictures with us, because everyone had cameras everywhere or phones taking photos of. It was almost like the ship was seen as it was something they'd never really seen before, and it was a bit like a theme park, taking pictures of everything, and we were part of that.
You were one of the attractions.
Me and not just me, but
you were part of the freak show.
Anyone who was over 5'5", right. Definitely.